Welcome back to V8 Online's live coverage of Race Centre's Race to Reality. Our apologies about the technical issues we're having. Jay Kennedy and John Emerson bringing you all the coverage. We're not far away from the qualifying session, which will be 20 minutes in length and 40 minutes for the race. Now, John, you've been looking at the times at the moment. Who's your money on at this stage, with looking at how it's all panning out at this stage?
It's pretty interesting, actually. I see a couple of the regular big shots in iRacing at the top of the leaderboard here, but you know, one of these guys that I've never heard of before, such as Phil Roxby, you know, these guys could be quick. They could just be sandbagging. You never know. They might come forward, but I mean, really, Madison down Ben Cornett, those two in a race, it's going to be pretty interesting to watch. It'll be, my pick is between one of those two, I think.
Yeah, I think the same for me. Normally it'd probably be on Justin Ruggie, but he's having computer issues tonight, so he's actually at Race Centre using their simulators down there to race tonight. So he'll be a little bit uncomfortable with that, I guess. And Mitch Abril as well, doing very, very well on the timing sheets. He's only 2.5 tenths away from Madison, so he could definitely be up there as well.
Yeah, there's a couple of drivers here that have real world experience racing. Mitchell's one of them. He's been known to get out in his Mazda RX-7 and belt that around a couple of tracks. So yeah, I'd say there's a fair few guys in here really keen for this opportunity that Race Centre seems to be giving. It's going to be really interesting across the next 20 weeks. And
Justin, of course, he's raced a few times in Aussie racing cars in the past. Yeah. I know Homebush 2011 and Clipsal and Bathurst 2012. He raced the Aussie racing cars in those events. So
yeah,
he'll
right.
Definitely be right up the front, or trying to win this series, because he loves racing those cars.
Yeah, I've noticed Dream Singear's Matt Hill, he's just put in a fairly decent time. He's only a second off Madison.
And he's gone quicker again this lap around. He's actually on a pretty good lap at the moment as well. Right on cue, look at that. Sorry, Hilly. I've still got it. Doesn't matter what series, I've got it.
That's amazing, I tell you.
You'll have it by the end of the night, don't worry.
Yeah, I'm surprised Christian's a bit down, actually. Down in 6th. I thought he would have been up a bit further. We don't really see him much in the official series at iRacing. He mostly races in hosted races, but he's quite a quick driver. I think he got picked up by ANZ Motorsports this year, so don't count him out just yet either for the race.
Yeah, we seen him race the champions in the past. He's been right up the front, very, very competitive.
That's true. That's true. No, he's a good driver, Christian. I'm really looking forward to this. It's going to be a great little race.
Yeah, it's looking, the way the timing sheet's going at the moment, it's going to be very, very close. One thing about these cars is the draft that you get in these cars down that straight. It's going to keep the field very, very close together.
Yeah,
very, very tough under brakes, and a fixed setup as well. So all the drivers using the same setup, so they won't be able to use any advantage.
That's so true. And this guy's up the front, you know, all it takes is one little tangle, race over that first corner. If you run wide, it's almost impossible to get around that corner in the sand. You'll end up in the wall. So, you know, maybe. Yeah.
We'll go on board. Sorry, we'll go on board with Mitch Abril starting a hot lap. Pretty good view looking out the front nose down the long famous Oran Park Straight. I think we all miss it.
Pretty tight little crazy cars, yeah, they're incredible
handling
under
brakes.
I was just having a drive in one earlier just to... Oh, he's aborted that lap. Yeah, I was just having a drive of these cars earlier, and man, they're an absolute bundle of fun to drive. They're amazing. But yeah, room for area is very small, you know. It's very easy to spin it going into corners. If you shift down too fast, the rear just steps out really, really quickly. So it'll be very interesting to see how these guys go over a 40-minute race. That'll be quite demanding.
I think a few of the drivers at the moment have just gone off to get a drink because we're only 3 or 4 minutes away from qualifying beginning. A few guys will be starting to get a little bit nervous, I think.
Miles Burton just had a nice big off there at turn 1. That didn't look very good. Ben Cornett, let's see what he's like. He's usually pretty quicker in almost everything that he drives. I think he's the only DWC driver we have today. Yeah, he is. So
yeah, the only one in this event.
Yeah.
He's actually complaining before the early starts for the DWC this season. I think they're starting 1 AM.
Oh.
Our time the races this season. So I know I'd be doing other things on a 1 a.m. on a Saturday night or Sunday morning.
Yeah. It's a bit unfortunate for the Australian DWC drivers, that's for sure. Ben also has real-world experience in a car, I'm pretty sure. I've seen a couple of videos of him driving something around Wakefield Park in Goulburn. He's also
Madison also does a bit of that circuit racing in Cobra, I think.
In that Shelby Cobra. Geez, that's a nice car. Amazing car.
Been a Ben's pretty good lap from Cornet. Yeah, sorry, John, go for it.
I was going to say, Ben is quite proficient in sim racing, at least over the past 10 years that I know of. He's won many online sim racing championships. He's been called a hacker, he's been called a cheat, he's been called everything. It's quite interesting just to follow his progression through all of this.
I think after Monday night, I think everyone was calling you a hacker, trying to work out what you'd been up to.
I was concerned everyone thought I was going to be Richard Hampstead in racing under a different name. But
yeah, well, we were all suspicious that Richard wasn't racing.
That was quite funny.
I've had 12 drivers post a time in this session at the moment. I don't think we'll get too many extra drivers coming in at this stage. But this series is open to anyone who's willing to enter. Entry is $10 every race week. Obviously, the further into the season, the less drivers less of the normal front-running drivers we'll see, because they may have already won a spot. That leaves the opportunity for someone to have a bit of a Bradbury moment and come through the field in the final and prize everyone with a win.
Yeah, that's right. It's a bit of a tough draw for the iRacing guys, though. Like if the winner of the eventual iRacing final is going to have to convert over to rFactor for the golden ticket final, so that'll be quite a bit of a change. I know that I've tried to step across into rFactor from here, and it's a completely different beast. It'll take quite a while to readjust.
Yeah, some guys can do it quite easily, and other guys can't do it at all.
Yeah, guys like Madison, those guys, he can drive anything, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. We're just hearing that we just under 5 minutes more practice before we go into qualifying session.
Allowing those late guys to turn up, most likely.
A couple of guys turn up in the last few minutes. George Fullerton and also Rob Thomas as well. We now have 13 drivers post a lap time.
Addison seems to be on a bit of a race run at the moment, I think.
Actually just left the pit lane. See if we can get Madison on screen. Left the pit lane, so he's about to start a qualifying run. We might see if we can find out what sort of time he's doing. You look at the exit of the final corner when he comes up. He goes so wide on entry and then cuts the exit really sharp and aggressively to get a really good run. Start this lap. This will be basically practice for qualifying, which is only a couple of minutes away, as we said. 1 minute 14.869 is his best lap.
Car control is impeccable. It's amazing.
So smooth under brakes. It's just no issues at all under brakes. It just makes it look so easy. They're right on cue. Sorry, Matt.
It's uncanny. I can't believe it.
I do it so well. I do it so well.
Amazing. Oh, George Fullerton's back.
Yeah, so it looks like we might have the 14 drivers for the event. Car 82 on screen, Matthew Hill. Ben Hilly do quite well in the V8 series last season and this season. Right on cue, the camera's on him, and that's the end of his lap. I think everyone just knows, John.
It's amazing. I can't believe I didn't crash. I wonder, because I almost had an off on Monday. It was really close.
Yeah, I think you just got the camera on you right at that point too. I've just ended the practice session, so a couple of seconds away and we'll start the qualifying. The practice now officially has ended, and Madison Down leads the session 1 minute 14.8, and Ben Cornett second, and Mitch Abrell, Justin Ruggier, Matthew Hill, Christian Elwood, Michael Manley, Phil Rockstro, Gavin Sandler, Miles Burden, James Scanlon, Robert Thomas, Rory Boyd, and then a few guys didn't post a lap.
A few guys cooling their tyres a little bit, taking it nice and easy around.
Be no rush to get over the line for that first flying lap. The 20 minutes of qualifying, then we're straight into a 40-minute race straight after it. That'll be an action-packed race for sure.
Like Corey Hanger's going to be the first to do a qualifying lap.
Actually had Bill spin. He's about to start his flying lap. Gavin Sadler in the Marcus Ambrose inspired Legend. Because the car is a 1934 Ford Legend Coupe. In the US they race a lot of these, a lot of oval racing done with these cars, but closest equivalent we've got to an Aussie racing car here. Similar engine, similar gearbox. Abrell on screen. He was third in the practice session.
Or he's just aborted his lap and just run straight into the tyre barriers at pit lane. Ideal start.
You guys starting their times now. Start to see some relative times. Matthew Hill going to the top, but I think Mitch Abrell will take that spot of 15.3. Very, very close to what he set in the practice session. Might actually be just a couple of hundredths slower.
Yeah, I think he did 1:15.1 in practice, so he's only 2/10 off his fastest time he's posted so far.
Continuing on for a second lap as well, so some guys might find that doing multiple laps, the tyre wear isn't very high. Running lap after lap might be beneficial with the fuel load going off, but these cars don't use a lot of fuel either.
No.
Go to Miles Burden at 25. Almost make you want to drink if it wasn't 4X gold on the car.
That was a pretty nice line out of the last corner from Miles there.
Yeah, really good exit. Doesn't improve on his time. He's still sitting in third on the timing list with two of the guys yet to do a lap. 17.8 that lap around. A name we don't normally see in our broadcasts. Bill Rockstro. And his best lap in this session of 1 minute 20. But in the practice session, he was a little bit quicker than that. 1:16.3. A lot of air.
Yeah.
Front wheel off the ground.
Yeah. He's really ragging that car.
Yeah, he's pushing it as hard as he can. Can't say anything about the commitment level here. It's at max.
The kind of car you can do it too. You can really just drive it on the edge, and if you have good car control, that's not only be quite beneficial, but geez, it's a lot of fun.
Robert Tomei on screen now. Best lap 1:18.8. We just did a best lap there. Sorry, 1:18.591. 12th at the moment. You've got a few of the big boys starting to put down their lap times. Cornette's done a 1:15.1 and down a 1:15.2.
Yeah, it's pretty competitive, the top three, only split by a couple of tenths. I don't think we've seen the fastest of these boys yet, though.
Now, I don't think by the looks of it, we might not see Justin back out on track. He's not in the session at the moment. We're 7 minutes through, almost 7 minutes through this session. Starting to see grid starting to take shape now on what we've sort of been expecting it to be. Saying that though, it's still not final for sure.
Oh, Rory Boyd and Miles Burton just had an interesting little altercation just heading into the last corner just before it.
Might see if we can get a replay of that one. Boyd has a bit of a spin around and goes to take off. Bird wasn't sure of which way to go and they've cleaned each other up. So a bit unlucky for both those guys. They're both back in the pits. We'll be back out on track very, very shortly. Go Christian Elwood. Guys, definitely a serious chance of winning this championship. Starting his hot lap now. Yeah. His best lap in this session of 1:16.239. Best lap overall.
Really aggressive inputs in this car, but these guys are turning in really hard and slamming on the brakes a fair bit and just finding that nice balance between good throttle application and not really overworking the rears too much, but yeah, watching them just rip that wheel in, it's pretty awesome grip these cars have.
Yeah, for sure. It's very, very aggressive the way they're driving them. But it is a good, fun, aggressive car to drive. You can really put it on the limit. It loves to drift. Don't want to be too scared to drift. That was a little bit close there, almost running into Boyd coming back on the track. So Elwood's best lap in the practice session was a 1:16.0. His best lap in qualifying 1:16.2.
Like a pretty smooth lap so far.
You get good exit out of this final corner. You can gain quite a lot of time with a good exit. That was really nice and smooth.
That was a very good exit.
Staying flat.
Improves his time.
Fifth. Yeah, fifth now. Got a James Scanlon in car 11, Extreme Sim Gear car. Best lap in practice was a 1:17.4. His best lap at the moment is a 1:16.8, so he's fun on camera. He's right, improved his time. Yeah, he must have known.
Good to see Hilly and Madison on screen at the moment. It's always a pleasure watching Madison drive. Truly one of the best iRacing drivers in the world, I'd quite happily say.
I'm sure he wouldn't like it if you said that, though.
Probably not. True though, he's definitely world class.
Sure, he's definitely one of the best we've got in Australia for sure.
Definitely.
Without
Michael Manley just getting out of the road.
Commitment through. Yes, sir.
Might get a good draft off Hilly here for the final little stint.
Yeah.
Really be beneficial.
Really. That was close to the wall too. 15.3 doesn't improve.
It's over halfway through qualifying now.
The front of the field still looks the same. Is Ben Cornett, Madison Down, Mitch Abril, Matthew Hill, Christian Elwood, top 5. Got a Corey Henger. Done a 16.7. Didn't actually post a lap in practice. Doing his out lap at the moment, getting out of everyone's way. Of course, we want to thank our sponsors, V8 Supercar Fan Group, for helping us to bring you all of our coverage now via our new Twitch TV channel in beautiful HD. Much better than where we started 18 months ago. George Fullerton, R01, he's every car he drives, he tries to drive with a 01.
Oh, he's getting a bit balked here by Matthew Hill. Hill gets out of the way, good sport.
Tough spot to get out of the way there too, because you're not sure, some guys take a shallow entry into turn 2 and some take it really wide, so...
Whoa, Fullerton just absolutely ragging the car on exit there.
Massive opposite lock. Drifts it into the corner there.
This is a really tricky corner, the one over the bridge. Blind corner. You have to really guess your apex as you go over, whilst keeping the car under control. Really tough course, this one actually, Oran Park. Perfect for these cars, but very challenging.
Yeah, it's not the easiest track. We know when we were there in the V8 a couple of weeks ago, it was a lot tougher than everyone remembered. When we all lost Oran Park for real, we all were a bit devastated and thought it was an amazing track. We've all gone out there and gone, wow, this is really, really tough.
Yeah, so many off-camber corners. Turn 1 is just, it's a gamble every time you go in, whether you get those bumps perfected with the brakes, you know, it's really easy to lock up a tyre.
Fullerton moves to 8th position, sorry John.
I was going to say
1:16.644, and down goes to P1.
1:15 flat, wow.
He's pipped Ben Cornett by 27 hundredths of a second. In other words, nothing.
James Scanlon looks like he's just about to finish another lap. Nice wide exit.
Yeah, the timings may have got a couple of personal best sectors in that one. No, it doesn't improve, a 1:17.3.
Ben Cornett's just about to start his lap now too. See if he can beat Madison with this one. Whoa. Oh, wow. Amazing entry into there. Wheels all completely locked up.
5 minutes to go in this qualifying session. Timing board starting to light up with a lot of green personal best sectors and purple sectors session best. So we'll see some fast lap times in the last couple of minutes of this session. Cornet, unfortunately, isn't one of those that are getting the green and purple sectors. He's about 3/10 off his best. But it still looked, wow, that was close. Sure who that was. It was there, Mitch Abril. Yeah, Mitch Abril almost getting cleaned up. Looked a nice smooth lap from Cornet, but I don't think it'll be enough to improve unless he's found a lot of time in the end. 1:15.134 is personal best, the final sector, but not enough to improve. Down on a pretty good lap at the moment as well.
Coming up to the trickiest part on the circuit, this blind crest. It's just, you almost have to pick a point on the horizon and just aim for it.
Find that tree that you like and aim for that.
Yeah.
And hope that you've picked the right one. It's been a nice lap. It's a session fastest second sector. Crosses the line. This will be a 1:14 or 1:14.8. Great lap by Madison. It's the fastest lap we've seen.
Almost as fast as his practice time. That's a great effort under the pressure of qualifying. It's fantastic.
9/1000ths off his practice time. I reckon Madison might nearly give up on that one. He's going to go out for another lap, but I think he'll be happy at the moment.
It's the just one more mentality, Jay. Just one more. Just one more.
If we can go to Christian Elwood about to start his final flying lap, or what could be his final flying lap. Not long to go, 3 minutes to go. Nice entry in turn 1 and 2, maybe a little bit, not quite enough speed, or a little bit too much speed through the mid corner of turn 2, had to ease off the throttle a little. A lot better through 3 though.
Yeah, it's looking like a fairly nice lap so far.
Nice and smooth.
Controlled. Yeah, nice and smooth, nice control. Oh, ragging it. Love it.
Commitment levels at absolute maximum. Of course, all these drivers are all using the exact same setup, so they haven't been able to tweak anything to try and make adjustments. They're all going by feel. Lap should be pretty good from Elwood. I think he'll improve his time. 1:15.5, that does improve his time. He gains a spot on the grid as well. Got Ben Cornet and Madison Downs just on a purple first sector as well, so he's very, very quick at the moment. Cornet improves to get to 1:15.0, what a few minutes ago. Down looking at the timing sheets is very, very quick at the moment. 2/10 quicker than Cornet in the first sector. Second sector might have lost a little bit of time. Is still, by the looks of it, will be an improvement on the lap he did just before. I don't think it'll be an improvement now. There's a fence there, Matt.
Christian Elwood just had a big lose at the last corner.
Yeah, so that's the end of Elwood. Only a couple of drivers now that'll actually finish their laps, only 30 seconds left. At the moment it's down, Cornet, Abril, Elwood and Hill, the top 5. But 14 drivers put in a lap time. Oh, and that's the end of Mitch's lap, run off into the grass. Go to Matthew Hill. He just crossed the line. Just a couple of seconds left on the timer. The checkered flag is now out. Session is officially over once these guys finish this lap.
Michael Manley does the right thing, gets out of Matthew Hill's way there. Up ahead, Phil Rockstra seems to be having a similar issue with someone in front of him. Rory Boyd. Oh, that hasn't ended very well at all.
And Boyd on the track might not get out of the way for Hill. That's just Hill left on track now.
Oh, Hill, he did really well to save that then. Oh, that's a big off track.
That's the end of that lap. So
Man,
you're going smashing into the fence. Nice jump. Something you could never do in real life. So we'll go through the grid. Madison down on pole from Ben Cornett, Mitch Abril, Christian Elwood, Matthew Hill, Michael Manley, Corey Henger, George Fullerton, Miles Burden, James Scanlon, Gav Sandler, Phil Rockstra, Robert Tomei, and Rory Boyd will be the 14 drivers that make up the grid. We're still thinking the same as we did before, John, with either Madison or Ben?
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to those two guys. It'll be interesting to see if Mitchell can actually stick with them using that draft, because he could just be that pesky third guy in a group of three, just niggling away at number two, just making sure that he should always check behind him as well as try and attack the car in front. So, yeah, at least the top, probably 7 cars, I reckon will probably stay pretty close together for at least a good 15-20 minutes using that draft.
Yeah, this is a timed race as well, so it'll be a 40-minute race. Unfortunately, we won't be displaying an accurate time on our screen, but we'll try and keep you up to date with the actual time. But the time remaining on our screens will be fairly close. It might be about 2 minutes out, so we apologise for that. Something we're working on.
Guys are just starting to grid up now.
Driver's still gridding up. I think we're ready to go. And race 1 of Race to Reality is underway. Ben Cornett with a really good start. Christian Elwood, really good jump off the line.
Yeah, Mitch Abril's defending really hard into turn 1 there.
Oh, 5 wide. It's not going to work.
Oh, Corey and Michael Manley, very close. Oh, there's a bit of contact up the back.
Oh no, looks like Scanlon and Tomei. Tomei's on his roof. Scanlon gets spun around. That's the end of Tomei's race, and Scanlon will limp away. Unlucky there for Tomei getting involved in that one. Almost 1 lap down. Madison's already got a little bit of a gap already over Cornett.
Yeah, the front 4 guys have sort of gapped Matthew Hill in 5th. Madison's going to take the first lap lead here. See how well this draft works. First real look we've had at it.
Yeah, look at the gap that Cornett's closed up 3/10 down the straight. Looking at the live timing, so it's a massive advantage. But probably the unfortunate thing for Cornett is it's at the wrong part of the track.
Yeah, it's a pretty bold manoeuvre to get past at turn 1. You've got to be very, very committed and hope that your car is compliant with what you want it to do.
That's down from Cornet, Aberrell, Elwood, Hill, Henga, Manly, Rockstra, Sadler and Burden, the top 10. Oh, Corey Henga's had a bit of a spin. Talking about that corner before, Johnny's just got a little bit loose and around he goes. Almost clips Manly on the way past.
Just a bit overcommitted there, I think.
And he's hit the wall again. Sorry guys, he's actually just hit the wall again. Turns 10 and 11.
Oh yeah, that's a big lose.
He just twitched and went the wrong direction, and that's the end of his race.
Reminiscent of Max Wilson in the V8.
Go back to the front. Front guy's already battling lap traffic with Tomei coming back out after that incident start of the race.
Front two guys are just leaving Aberrell and Aylward behind here at the moment.
Yeah, they've already pulled over a second. Go back to the battle, 7th and 8th. This is Rockstra and Sadler. With
Sadler
Burden behind.
Yeah, Sadler was just a bit loose out of that turn before the bridge. Just lost a bit of time to fill there, and it's allowed Miles to sit right on his rear bumper now almost.
Go back to the front, guys. Look at the gain in the draft. At the exit of the final corner, the gap was over 0.5 of a second. Coming into turn 1, it's down to 0.3 of a second, so it's a 2/10 gain down the straight.
Oh,
you can see it's down, big mistake. Too much curb.
Down, just feeling the pressure a little bit there. Cornet sort of faked to go up the inside, and Madison was quick to shut the door and overcommitted. Really hard in these situations to just stay focused and look forward. The worst thing you can do is just look in your rear view mirror, because it just puts you off so badly. Hitting your apexes, hitting your braking markers, you just forget about all of it and concentrate on the car behind. Oh, Cornet's trying really hard.
These guys do realise it's a 40-minute race, but I suppose Cornet doesn't want to lose that draft. He has to stay very, very committed to stay tucked right up behind down.
Oh, Matthew Hill and Christian Aylward. Christian just got a little wide in the last corner there. Hilly's now right on him down the straight.
Hill might be close enough with that draft as Aylward defends down the straight. I'm going to say it, John. Takes the alternate line down the straight.
The alternate line. Oh, Aylward. Oh. Wow. Oh, this is a great battle. What can Hilly do? He looks to the outside. He's got a good run.
Over, under, maybe. Oh, Aylward's outbreaking himself. Yeah.
Great pressure from Hilly there.
Back to this battle, 7th, 8th, 9th. Still going at it. Rockstra, Adler and Burden. Keep an eye on those guys, because I'm sure they'll be battling pretty much all race, as we often see. Mid-packs where the good fun to watch battles are. Saying that they're up the front, still only a half a second between first and second. Robert Tomei may have had another incident. He's back in the pit lane, unfortunately. And next week, same setup again, fixed setups. Guys all racing the exact same car. Will be from Road Atlanta next week. The same event will be a 20-minute qualifying, 40-minute race. Of course, the winner will earn their spot in the final Well, it'll be 20 weeks' time from now.
The guys up front are putting on some pretty serious laps at the moment. Cornette's last lap was a 1:15.346 and Madison was a 1:15.2. They've just dropped Mitchell Abril off a bit now. He's on a 1:15.8 on the last lap. He's now a bit over 2 seconds behind. Meanwhile, Michael Manley's coming upon a looks like a struggling Christian Elwood. That overcommitted turn.
Elwood's
just hurt his tyres a bit, as you can see
drifting
there.
everywhere, yeah.
Manley's caught right up to him here.
Manley will be trying to work out where he can make a move and move up into the top 5.
We've got a great run down the straight here in that draft.
Got a really good exit out of the final corner as well. 8 minutes into this race now.
He was 7/10 faster than Elwood on that lap.
Yeah.
Elwood's definitely struggling with that car at the moment.
Back up the front, down, now pulled the gap out. Scorn live timing is a second now. They may have enough now to have broken that draft. Not quite too sure how big the draft is in these cars, how far it extends back.
Usually about, I think it's about 1.5 seconds. If you can gap it by about 1.5 seconds, you can pretty much break it from there.
Cornette may have actually made a mistake because the last lap around they were almost identical in time. But Cornette's lost about 0.6 of a second on this lap. Explain what the guys are actually racing for here. The overall winner of the overall Race to Reality series will win a seat in an Aussie racing car at the Homebush round of the V8 Supercar Series, the final round of the Aussie Racing Car Series as well, worth $12,000. So this is a pretty serious event, this one. We go back to Phil Roxter.
Yes. And
Sorry, John.
Gavin, are you alright? Gavin Sadler here. Gavin's got a good run out of the last corner. Oh, Phil's got a bit of an internet issue by the looks.
Look at how quickly Sadler's coming up. We can definitely say there's a really big draft effect here.
Oh,
Sadler
thinks about looking up the inside. Thinks better of it. This is a good little battle between these two guys. They've been at it since the start.
If we can go back in the pack, they'd even closer battle. Rory Boyd, George Fullerton. Nothing between those guys. They're actually side by side coming into the final corner.
George got a great run.
And Boyd nice and sideways. Fullerton will get the spot done.
Boyd could have a go here into the first turn. He'll get that draft. See how committed he is. Oh.
No. Backed out of it. He thought about having a go, but
Madison's really opened up a nice bit of a gap over Ben now.
Yeah, the gap at the front, 1.3 seconds at the line.
Gavin, turn 1. Oh, squirrely under brakes. Keeps it nice and tight on the exit.
We were talking about Elwood before, struggling. Looks like he might have got the temperature back down in the tyres, and doesn't look to be struggling quite as much as he was. He's gained a little bit of time on hill ahead and pulling away from Manley behind.
Amazing to watch the suspension work on these cars. You get a really good view of it, especially the front tyres. They're just always working. See the chassis move around.
Yep, the only time they're not working is when they're lifted off the ground at certain parts of the track.
Yeah, that's right, especially turn 1.
Go back to the front, down, starting to close up on some lap traffic. Scanlon and Tom A by the look. That's
Rory
Rory
gives more
Boyd.
than enough room there. Oh! Ew,
Roy's
jeez.
almost, Cornette almost involved there. Would have had a little bit of a heart flutter there to Cornette, I think.
Yeah. And Christian hasn't quite dropped off Michael Manley just yet. Gap looks fairly big there, but Manley was faster the previous lap around. Phil Rockshaw and Gavin Sadler still at it, even closer than ever.
It's down to 0.3 of a second, that gap. Sadler, I think, he's starting to get a little bit impatient. He's sat behind Rockstra for the whole race so far. Wanting to get a move done soon.
You can go on board with Gavin. It's just amazing footage. All he can see is just this other Ford Coupe in front of him. Must be really difficult following that close. You lose all of your sighting markers. It's very tough, but he's doing an amazing job to do it.
Might stay on board for a lap. I'll let you have a listen to the I think it's 1200cc Yamaha engine in these cars. The sequential gearbox. It's right on board for a lap. That's not the way you're supposed to exit that corner. Both guys, Phil and Gavin, both loose coming out of that corner. That's on board lap with Gavin Sadler. Go back to the front, guys. It's now out to 2 and a bit seconds between first and second down, starting to pull away almost at the halfway point of this race. Abril doing very, very good job at third position, only 2.5 seconds behind Cornette. But Madison definitely pulling away from the rest of the field.
Yeah, Madison hasn't dropped into the 16s yet. I think everybody else in the field's starting to feel that pinch on the tyres, but Madison just seems to be able to muster that couple of extra tenths every lap.
This is lap 13. We're estimating it'll probably be about 29 to 31 laps. Maths brain isn't really working too good today, so I can't be bothered working it out properly. At least I'm honest.
Yeah.
And Miles Burton, he's dropped back from that battle. He was right in behind Rockstra and Sadler, but he's dropped off in the last couple of laps. He may have had something happen. His lap times have dropped a little. Not too sure on that one.
Yeah, it looks like he just had a couple of laps there where he was just a bit off his regular sort of pace. He picked it up for a couple of laps. His last lap was a second slower though than his best lap that he's posted. So yeah, maybe Miles is just starting to struggle. The tyres are probably getting pretty hot now. The pressure to be up fairly high. Car would be getting a little bit uncontrollable.
Thing with this setup too, I don't think any guys would have actually run this long with this setup, so guys won't be really understanding how the car's going to react in the next few laps.
That's right. Having a look in pre-race practice, most laps that people were doing in one stint were only about 3 or 4. So this is pretty much unfamiliar territory for everyone in the field. But
I say a big hello to everyone that's watching live at Race Centre. A big thank you to you guys for putting this on for both the iRacing and R-Factor communities in Australia. Great opportunity for someone to get a drive, so thanks to Race Centre. If you're wanting more information about this series as well, check out the Race Centre website, racecentre.com/race-to-reality-events, or on the main page there is a link that says Race to Reality. Give you all the information about how you can join this event. Next week it looks like all 20 slots have already been sold for next week's race, so entry for this race is $10 to anyone who is wanting to have a go. As we said, whoever wins gets an entry into the main event at the end of those 20 weeks. I believe they're also having a best livery competition to see for a seat in the final as well, so we might see some nice inspired liveries in the coming weeks. Opportunity for some of the painters to get a chance to race in the final. We're almost at halfway now.
The leaders just seem to have picked up their pace a little bit more. Ben dropped down into the 16s, but he's managed to pull it back into 15.8s now. Madison's dropped down into the 15.9s on his last lap, so maybe Ben's just starting to reel him in a little bit. Oh, geez, they're getting very loose through that crested second last corner.
Yeah, I think someone's going to end in tears at that spot or turn one. There's how loose the car is getting over the last couple of laps. I can't see this ending well for all the guys. Oh, sorry, we've got Phil Rockstra, who's just had a massive off. We'll see if we can get a replay of that, but he's actually launched it in the grass, and I think he's got massive steering damage to his car. Not 100% sure, but that was a massive, massive incident for him.
Just come out of that corner over the bridge. Oh, a massive sideways moment. Off into the grass. Does well to miss the marshalling booth. Oh, wow. That's a pretty wild ride.
And James Scanlon's actually out of the race as well, so something has happened to him. Yeah, wild ride there for Rockstra.
Yeah, Rockstra's car's looking a bit worse for wear after that big jump.
And Scanlon unfortunately has looped it around and T-boned into the bridge. Actually, he's hit the wall at the bridge, and that's ended his race unfortunately. So another driver down.
Phil Rockstra heading into the pits as well to fix that damage. Meanwhile, Madison just continues out front. Another 15.8. Really found a sweet spot in that car now.
There's Rory Boyd, a little bit of an off at turn one, not a spot that you want to go off. They're at halfway point of the race now.
Oh, Rory's done really well to keep that off the wall. Just managed to do it, and then a little spin to finish. That's a pretty good effort to keep it clean, keep it straight.
So the lead at the front now, just on 3 seconds from down back to Cornet. Another 4 and a bit seconds down the road is Abril. And it's Matthew Hill in 4th position, another 10 seconds behind. Christian Elwood currently in 5th position, about 7 seconds back. Managed to pull back away from Michael Manley in 6th position, now got that gap out to 3 seconds. And Gavin Sadler, Miles Burden, George Fullerton and Phil Rockstra are the top 10 at the moment.
We're just a little bit over half race distance now too, so we're probably looking at about 31, 32 laps. You were pretty much right on with your maths earlier.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Just don't tell anyone I said that. Oh, hang on, people are watching, aren't they? Too late. At the line there, the last lap around, Cornet actually lost another half a second back to down.
Will Rockstra's back out after his pit stop. His car looks nice and straight again. It was looking pretty messy there for a little bit. Oh, Phil really battling with that car.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Phil come back down the pit lane again. He's got Madison. This is going to be dangerous. Manages to get out of the way.
Oh.
Get the pit wall coming in. He's speeding down the lane because he's just trying to get out of the way. So I think that'll be the end of Rockstra's night, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
Now Cornet's managed to lose another second that last lap around, so down now 4.3 second lead.
Abril was actually half a second faster than Ben that lap too, so
yep.
He's starting to fall back into Mitchell's clutches here. If Mitchell can just keep it clean and consistent, Ben might have a real battle on his hands for second here in a couple of laps.
Yeah, Cornet was saying that he has done a bit of offline practice and the tyres start to get really, really messy after about 20 laps. We're on lap 19. If he's worn his tyres out, Abril's still a chance to move up through the field.
Rory Boyd touring pit lane again. Seems to have spent a lot of time in there tonight.
Yes. No, Boyd hasn't actually done any pit stops yet. Robert Tomei's done a couple of pit stops.
Oh, my mistake.
Alright, I'll let you off. It's your first time. You're allowed to make mistakes on your first day. Go back to Madison. 19 laps finished. We've got about 16 minutes to go in the race. With the live time that's on the screen, add 2 minutes to that and that will give you the exact time remaining in this race. There's 15 minutes and 20 seconds remaining.
I tell you
present
what,
moment.
I wouldn't want to be a camera on the front of these cars.
I wouldn't want to be a GoPro at all.
It's
Want danger money to be a cameraman holding onto the car like that, wouldn't you? Hear how light it gets coming over the crest there. This wheel spin, almost nothing touching the ground. The suspension working flat out.
Just kiss that curb over that crest. Just launch the car up into the air a bit. Ultra.
Cornet's just done a little bit faster lap than down that time around. Back into the 1 minute 15s. This race definitely isn't over. It's only going to take one mistake for this whole field to change.
Looks like Christian Aylward might be catching Matthew Hill a little bit too. Oh, Rory Boyd off at turn 1.
I'm enjoying turn 1 and turn 2 a great deal tonight. I'm sure next week, if he's out on track, we might enjoy Road Atlanta a little bit more. While we're talking about Road Atlanta, we'll talk about the structure of this event. The 5 different tracks. We'll visit the 5 tracks 4 times, so it will be here, obviously Oran Park this week. Next week we will be at Road Atlanta. Alright, announce what we're actually doing. It's usually a good idea, isn't it? Then the following week we'll be at Lime Rock Park, then Summit Point and Okayama are the 5 tracks. We'll do the 5 tracks, then we'll go back to Oran Park again. Do that 4 times, which will give us our 20 race winners. We'll have the final the following week.
Ben Cornett's just taken another 2/10 out of Madison's lead.
13 minutes to go. Will it be enough? As I said, there's only going to take one mistake, so the race is far from done.
Oh, George Fullerton's just had a spin following Matthew Hill into turn 2. Looks like he shifted down the gears a bit too quick there, just lost the rear.
Yeah, locked the rear of the car up. Quite easy to do in these cars as well. You bit down through the gears too much and it will loop the car around. You do that in quite a few cars.
It almost sounds like he grabbed first gear there instead of second. Pretty interesting. It's almost engine blowing sort of stuff, that is.
Back to Gavin Sadler now, nice and easy in 7th position, but he's not far away from 6th. He's only an extra... Oh, sorry, he's an extra 20 seconds down the road. Looking at the wrong thing on my timing screen. That's rather awkward. Sorry, Gavin.
Oh, you never know. He might pull out a lightning lap time, close that gap right up.
Do a 47-second lap and close the gap. It's nice and consistent looking at his lap times though. Consistently doing 117s and low 118s. This is the one lap where we saw Gavin and Bill almost spin together 2 laps ago.
I think Madison's pit crew just alerted him to the fact that Cornett was starting to reel him in a little bit. Mind you,
The last lap around, yeah, 1:16.7.
He got massively balked by Phil on that last corner.
Yeah, he's lost 7/10 essentially in that lap.
Cornet's now got lit up over that.
Yeah, gap's now back to 3.4 seconds. This race far from done. 10 minutes to go. Oh, Madison's made a mistake.
Oh, he's done pretty well to keep that on the track.
Done a brilliant job. Locked it up into turn 3. Eased off the brake because he knew it was locked up and managed to get around the corner without losing too much time.
Oh, that's almost as close as you'll get to not spinning the car.
That's a great bit of driving.
Now, will it have hurt him though? Will it have hurt his tyres?
I'm sure there'll be some sort of damage to the car or damage to the front tyres. So might see this lap time will be a little bit slower again. Car looking a lot looser coming through the flip-flop, the S crest.
And when you're in second and you see the car in front, I mean, that's just kind of the motivation you need to just push that little bit extra.
Cornett, that lap, another 3/10, so it's down to 3 seconds the gap between first and second. Down, are we starting to feel the pressure a little now? Dabbrell doing a pretty good job holding on 3rd position.
He's been pretty consistent tonight.
Yeah, 6 seconds behind Cornett. I'm pretty sure if you said before the race you'd be 6 seconds behind Ben Cornett and Madison Down, pretty sure he'd take that.
Yeah, that's right. I think anyone would take that.
Oh, I'd be happy to be a lap and 6 seconds behind. Hill's 4th position. Nice and consistent drive from him. In his lap times, he's actually getting quicker as the race goes on.
Hilly's relatively new to iRacing as well, so I mean he's a driver to watch in the future. I think you give him another couple of seasons, and once he just really starts working this sim out, I reckon he'll be up the front contesting with some of the more well-known names around here.
Meaning Emerson, is that who you're talking about?
Oh,
race winners?
No. Definitely not.
If something's happened up the front, the gap is back to under 3 seconds. Last lap around, another 10th for Cornet on down. Madison really starting to struggle under brakes in this car.
Yeah, that would have spooked him, that little moment. He'd be thinking about it now. He'd be braking a little bit early for that corner and it'd be throwing his rhythm right out the window. I know it certainly does for me. You make a little mistake and for the next couple of laps all you can think about is making sure you don't make the same mistake again, and then you start losing focus on all the other things that you have to do on that whole lap. Coming up to lap traffic as well, it's probably not what Madison needs right now.
Oh, wrong spot to catch lap traffic. Oh.
Again, Ben would just be sitting back on. Yep, lapping it up. Come on, come on.
Yep. The gap is when they cross the line. 7 minutes to go in this race. Gap now down to 2.6 seconds.
Yeah,
that'll be enough time.
That little moment. It just cost him a little bit. If Ben can get past him cleanly, it'll make this interesting. And Rory gets out of the road.
Madison locking it up again under brakes in the same spot. Doing a better job of pulling it up. Car's looking really, really shabby for him now. He's not enjoying it too much. Cornet trying to find a way to get, it's only a couple of seconds up the road. Been able to pull in 3/10 a lap the last few laps. 6 minutes to go in this race now. Madison's not quite as aggressive out of the final corner as he was earlier in the race as well. Responds though with a 1 minute 16 flat.
A 1 minute 15.9 from Ben Cornet.
Cornet's come back with an amazing lap time. It's dead end of 2.5 seconds, 2.5.
And they're coming up to more lap traffic. Great to see this track restored, even though it's digitally restored. It's great to see it. It was one of the great racetracks of Australian motorsport, and it's quite a sad time when they decided to destroy it for a housing development estate. But it's so great that iRacing managed to scan it before that happened, and we can all enjoy it. Fantastic. Even though I didn't really enjoy it in the V8, it's a really good thing to have. It's nice to have it here, especially for these cars. It's fantastic.
Yeah, the small cars, the cars with low power, it's been really, really fun to drive. When Race of Champions was coming up, we did a lot of practice here because we thought that we were almost guaranteed that this was going to be one of the tracks, but obviously that didn't happen. So we did quite a few laps in the Legends here in anticipation, hoping that this track was going to be the combination. Now crosses the line, 4.5 minutes to go. He responds with a 1:15.9. Cornet at 1:16.0, so the gap now back out to 2.6 seconds.
Looks like everyone's just sort of held stationary as well. There isn't any great gains from anyone. Everyone's sort of evenly spread, about 7 seconds apart.
The Hills managed to consolidate that gap back to Elwood, who was gaining. Manly not being able to have enough left to catch Elwood as well. 4 minutes to go now. I think it might actually take a mistake now for Down not to win this race. Like he's got it all under control. I'm pretty sure it'll be 3 laps to go when he crosses the line.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good drive from Mad tonight. Those first couple of his first 10 laps were just blistering pace. He was doing qualifying laps there for a good probably 4 or 5 laps, and that just sort of broke Cornette's spirit, I guess, at the start. That one little mistake only cost him maybe a couple of seconds, but Ben just doesn't have an answer for any of the questions Madison's asking of him in this race. So
no. Been a very, very good drive from Madison so far. Coming into the final 2 minutes of the race now. Don't believe we'll get the white flag this time by. It'll be the lap following. But I'm pretty sure Cornette will be pretty determined to make sure he wins one of these races. So I'm fairly sure we'll see Cornette back next week, giving this another go. Then we've already got the full 20 drivers locked in for next week. We have got the white flag, I believe. This will be the last lap of the race. Good guess at lap 31.
Jay the mathematician.
Wow. Yeah, lucky 31 as well. Thanks, Director, for letting everyone know. Mitch Abril doing a good job with lucky car 31.
Yeah, Corey didn't have a very good race with my number, lucky 13. I think he was our first DNF, actually.
Yep. Fairly sure that this is the last lap. Not 100% sure. Might actually get one more lap and find out when Madison crosses the line.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
That was Robert Tomei.
Oh. I think we're going for one more lap.
Yeah, this is the last lap. Have another look at what happened. Robert Tomei and Phil Rockstra side by side contact, and Tomei trying to get out of the way.
Madison's heart would have jumped into his mouth on that moment.
For sure.
That's the last thing you need.
That's the 40 minutes of the race up now. So we'll get the checkered flag when he crosses the line this time by. The gap staying at that 2.8 seconds. But Madison Down been too good in this race tonight.
Yeah, he's shown his class tonight. It's a car that he doesn't normally drive, and he's just come in and, apart from pretty much Ben and Mitchell, he's pretty much blitzed the field. So he's definitely going to be a contender in the iRacing final in 20 weeks' time.
It almost kisses the wall at the end. And Madison crosses the line, picks up the win in round 1 of Race to Reality, gets himself a seat in the final. 20 weeks' time. Ben Cornette crosses in second. Mitch Abril will cross in third. We believe we've got Daniel Bryan in to help us explain exactly what's going on with the Race to Reality. He knows a little bit more about it than you or me, John. So, Daniel, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, guys. I was actually just watching that. That's an absolutely brilliant race.
It's good. Very good to watch.
Absolutely brilliant. Good to hear your voice too, Emerson, for a change over the stream instead of just being a racer. But yeah, Race to Reality. This is an awesome series that's going, and we've got the privilege of broadcasting this. There's still slots available, so there's still a chance for you to grab a seat into that final. And it looks like it's going to get quite popular. So feel free to jump over onto the Race Centre page or contact Shane Gilfeather to book your seat. But yeah, definitely get involved because it's an awesome thing. And we'll probably be doing a promo on Monday night with Fats Online, which is going to be pretty awesome. But yeah, we're happy to be a part of it.
I agree. It's a great series to be a part of, and look forward to bringing it to everyone over the coming weeks. Quickly run through the official results for round 1 of Race to Reality. Madison Down picking up the win from Ben Cornett, Mitch Abril, Matthew Hill, Christian Elwood, Michael Manley, Gav Sadler, Miles Burden, George Fullerton, Rory Boyd, Robert Tomei, Phil Rotstra, James Scanlon, Corey Henger, and then 3 DNS, including John Emerson joining the wrong way. Yeah. Rookie mistake. It's your first night.
My first night. Give me that.
Thanks heaps for joining us tonight, mate. It's been thoroughly enjoyable.
No, it was a pleasure. Enjoyed it. It was great.
Thanks everyone at Race Centre for helping put this event on. A great event for the Australia community of sim racing, both for iRacing and R-Factor. We'll be back Monday night with our V8s Online live coverage of the V8 Supercar Online Series from 8:30 Sydney time. Until then, we will look forward to your company next time.